The big game is fast approaching, but wait, you still haven't got your tickets. You've spent hours searching, but you're still confused about ticket prices. Time to stop searching. Visit ticketcompare.com. We compare ticket prices for all the popular leagues and tournaments for you. We work only with the most trustworthy sites, so you can have peace of mind when buying your tickets. Compare prices, buy tickets, get to the game. Ticketcompare.com. Buying tickets made simple.
Keith, how's the build-up going so far?
Good. Preparations always go good. You know, had a good week. So we're going to be back on the main pitch again tomorrow, just with a run through. So looking forward to the fixture.
I'm sure you're thoroughly sick of talking about the pitch, but how is it?
It's very good. It was good. It played better than it looked against Millwall. There was no complaints from any of the players. The manager before the game, after the game. And it's just a little bit of... it's been sensationalised, if you like. You know, the pictures were presented to the opposing manager. But there were no concerns. And the pitch probably would have stood up to, you know, the weekend's fixture. But the club have gone the extra mile. They've invested heavily in a brand new surface, which should be fitting Tottenham and ourselves alike.
Do you feel like the attention on the pitch is kind of taken away from your achievement in reaching the bid round?
No, not really. It's just sideshow football. That's modern day, you know, I suppose coverage. You know, but sometimes you have to accept responsibility. The pitch hadn't been good enough for the majority of the season. You know, we've had games that have been postponed, you know, and something needed to be done. And it would have been done anyway, regardless of whether we'd obviously, you know, got through to the Tottenham fixture or not. So we were always mindful that the pitch needed a solution, and you know, we've done superbly well to make sure that the surface has been relaid and it's going to be ready for Sunday.
Confident it'll have bedded, it'll have had time to bed in.
Yeah, we was on it yesterday. There's no problem with the pitch. It's a very good surface. The turf's superb, and it should stand us in good stead for the remainder of the season and probably beyond, because you know, we were getting problems with the pitch season on season. So hopefully that's the remedy.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously this is a huge occasion for Rochdale. I think tickets sold out in a matter of hours. So how much excitement is there in the town about Tottenham?
In and around the stadium, superb, but obviously, you know, we try and keep control of the players. We're game planning. We're trying to do things as we normally would do. Nothing's really changed. We're trying to win the game, so we've got a game plan. We've used the Newport fixtures, you know, to show some of the great things that Newport did. And obviously we're looking at Tottenham's squad and potentially the changes that they'll make for the FA Cup. So, you know, we're game planning. And we're focusing on trying to win a football match.
Yeah, and obviously, as you say, chances are they might make some changes, but likes of Lucas Moura, Fernando Llorente, you know, they're not second-class players at all, are they?
No, the players deserve their opportunity to play against those players, and they'll get the full respect that they do deserve. But you know, it's up to my players to show intelligent energy, and they'll have to show energy. And the intelligence is in-game decision-making. When I was playing, and I was playing against Premier League opposition, you do tend to get a little bit more time, but you shouldn't waste that time. You know, you've got to make sure that you make quick decisions within the time that you're given. And my players are capable of making those decisions. We've got a very good young squad. A lot of these players, I believe, can play at a higher level, and this is an opportunity to show that they can at least compete against, which is an outstanding Tottenham side, whichever side he decides to select.
And a chance to do something.
Sorry?
A chance to do something that Rochdale have never done before, so you don't need any more motivation.
Well, that's motivation. I think, again, from my perspective, to actually get through to the quarter-final, that would be an achievement. To get to the fifth round for only the third time in the club's history is already an achievement, but we move on quickly from the Millwall game, and we're planning obviously for trying to win against Tottenham. It's highly unlikely, but we have to plan to be successful. And again, like if we was to get through, it would be, you know, the first time in the club's history to get through to the quarter-final.
And of course, if you don't do it in one time, you've got the prospect of going back to Wembley. Are you secretly hoping for maybe a potential replay at Wembley?
No, not really. It's the minimum that we want from the tie, but we would like to win on the home soil, I suppose. It would be a big tie, there's no question about that, and it's a minimum we would want, so we're being a bit greedy. But that would be highly unlikely to go to Wembley and beat Tottenham. You know, I think our real opportunity has to be Sunday, but would I take a replay all day, every day?
We've spoken about how much it means obviously to Rochdale, but you know, just give us a scale of how much money to get to the 5th round of the FA Cup means to a club of your size. It
means a lot for the future of the football club. It doesn't mean an awful lot for the right here, right now. We're very honest in the way that we do business. We're a football club, I suppose, that's quite unique, that we don't overspend. Part of my job as a manager of Rochdale Football Club is bringing money into the football club, developing players, selling players, cup runs, which gives me and this football club an opportunity to be competitive next season, the season after that. You know, so that's what I'm very, very mindful. I never go to the club and ask for money that we haven't got. You know, and the money is very, very important in planning for next season and the season after. But for me personally, I would like the next phase of the football club to invest in a training facility. You know, its own training facility where we can develop the club even more, the players that we have within the academy that we bring through to the first team. And then I think that would be really establishing ourselves, you know, within the football pyramid.
And obviously around the hype, Tottenham are more than a one-team man, but the prospects of potentially Harry Kane playing here. I mean, I'm sure you'd love to see that, and I'm sure the players would love to take him on. Yes,
I've got a lot of respect for Harry Kane in particular, because he like Tottenham, I think Tottenham are very, very good at blooding the young players through their academy into League One, League Two, and obviously the Championship. I think it's brilliant that, you know, big clubs are allowing, you know, the players to experience, I suppose, real life football. And Harry Kane gets the utmost respect because, you know, he has played League One football and been successful doing it. But I think it was Tim Sherwood who brought him into the first team, you know, environment, and he's been very successful ever since. He's probably one of, if not the best strikers in the world at this moment in time. Tottenham are very, very fortunate to have him, you know, and it looks like, you know, his temperament is superb. He never gets caught up in any speculation. He's always got a work ethic to his game. But if you was to ask my central defenders, would they rather see him on the bench or on the football pitch? I'm sure they'd rather see him on the bench.
Keith, given the fact that you've got the amount of games that you have between now and the end of the season, are you hoping that this doesn't go to a replay? I know you said that if it gets there, you'd take it. But surely with the amount of games you've got left, you prefer it to be done on the day? I'm
not bothered about the amount of games that we've got left. We have to play them. The players are prepared to play those games. You know, we can't look beyond this game, but if we was to play a replay, we'd take it on equally as special. You know, and I think the players would love that opportunity. But like I previously said, we can afford an extra game, but I don't want an extra game.
In terms of the pitch, do you feel that you've maybe lost one of your edges with it being relayed? Tottenham play on a billiard table every single week, whereas you guys were used to the pitch that you had against Millwall.
I don't think we were used to the pitch. I think the pitch has hindered us rather than helped us. We're not helping Tottenham here. We're helping our future. You know, the way that we want to play the game. You know, I think it helps us against League One opposition. So we haven't necessarily laid this pitch for Tottenham. We've laid it for our League One campaign and for the future of the football club.
Do you think a performance, even if it's in defeat, might bring some of the fans back that are here? It's a sellout crowd, but it's an awful lot more than you normally get for any league game a day.
I don't think it's a question of bringing the fans back. I think we live in an area of the country that's isn't very affluent, isn't very rich, and we shouldn't keep battering supporters. They've gone and extended probably their spend per week for this one game. You know, we are not a well-supported side, fan base, you know, and I don't think that will change. But for this game, they've turned out, and I'm really grateful for those supporters who spent money they arguably shouldn't be spending on a football match. And they're going to turn up and support the team, not just the team, though, the community and the town. You know, and that's where I feel, you know, privileged that they've gone that extra mile to support the team. And I don't think it will necessarily mean that any extra supporters turn up against MK Dons on Wednesday.
Thank you.
Can I just ask about team news? Have you got any injury worries? Anyone who might be back?
I don't think Calvin Andrews is going to make the game. He's got an injury to his Achilles that is worse than we first thought. And he's struggling to put any weight on it, but he's the only significant player that we're probably going to miss.
The Sunday newspapers can go first as Jim McNulty.